Hey everyone, welcome back to our show, Mystery Duel. I'm your host, Amanda, and this is...
Okay, ladders. How many ladders do you think it'll take to get to space? I think 5.
This is Dylan, who is sadly my co-host.
Sadly, you are lucky to have me. You're lucky to have me working with you, bro. Like, I am the talent of the show. I'm the reason why the show still goes on.
Wow. You are so narcissistic. It is ridiculous.
I am not narcissistic. I am truthful. Wow. And truthfully, this show wouldn't be running without me. It'll be dead. You know?
No, I'm the main reason for this show. I'm the main everything for this show, actually. Yeah.
Definitely not the main experiment. Not even close.
Fine. You think it's easy to do all of my job?
Yes, I do.
Do everything I do?
Yep.
Okay, fine. Let's see how you feel.
Fine.
Go ahead. I don't care. Do whatever.
Do you guys see how unprofessional she is? I would never. I guess we move on. What's it called? Atlantis. That's what we're talking about. Atlantis was a fictional. Am I supposed to say all that? Nah.
All right, well, I apologize for that interruption. Now, let's move on to this week's very special episode. As Dylan has previously stated, this week's episode is about Atlantis. Now, I know you might be thinking, Amanda, Atlantis isn't real. It's a myth made up by Platt. Okay? But you weren't wrong. But you weren't right. Now, there are many different theories involving Atlantis. The theory we will be focusing on is that Atlantis is actually Antarctica.
Look who's being all professional now.
Anyways, this theory states that Atlantis was actually a very much more temperate version of what is now Antarctica. It's based off of the work of Charles Hapgood, whose 1958 book, Earth's Shifting Crust, featured a foreword by Albert Einstein.
I know that guy. He was the president of Planet Alpha Beta. Nice guy. Met him a couple times.
Did I say I was done talking?
My fault.
Did I say I was done?
No.
No, I don't think so. Exactly. According to Hapgood, around 12,000 years ago, the Earth's crust shifted, displacing the continent that became Antarctica from a location much further north than it is today. This is a more temperate continent, was home to an advanced civilization, but with sudden shift to its current cold location doomed the civilization.
Dude, like your humor.
Can you please let me finish? Okay.
The floor is yours.
And the Atlantean and their magnificent city was buried under layers of ice. Hapgood's theory surfaced before the scientific world gained a full understanding of the plate You know that word?
Tectonics?
There you go. Look at you, team player.
Yeah.
Which largely regarded his shift crust idea to the cold of Atlantis belief.
Wait, so you tell me there's more theories about this place? About that. I should get a hotel there. It's gonna be so cool. See what I did there? Cool. Nice. You would never be able to come up with that one. Never. Not even that. Nope.
Yeah, it is so funny, hilarious. You're actually
I know, I'm great,
really
right?
great. Yeah. Look who's stalling now. Look. Anyways, here's a little clip we found about the lost city.
The Bible's book of Genesis. In chapter 6, verse 9, begins the story of Noah and the flood, in which God sends a great deluge to rid the earth of sinners and start anew. Different versions of this same story exist in nearly every ancient tradition around the world.
Going back 5,000 years, we have sacred texts that tell us there was an antediluvian civilization. There was a great flood and that there were survivors. The Mesopotamians speak of this in the Epic of Gilgamesh. The Egyptians speak of this in the Edfu creation text. Plato learned from the Egyptians that there was once a civilization called Atlantis that existed 9,000 years before his time.
Plato wrote about the lost continent of Atlantis in two of his dialogues, Timaeus and Critias, around 360 BC. Historians and researchers have long debated whether this pre-flood civilization was purely mythological or actually existed. Arguments have been made suggesting remnants of Plato's destroyed civilization could be found at the South Pole.
I think what happened in Antarctica was that approximately 13,000 years ago, that flourishing civilization that originally came from space and establishing its presence in Antarctica was flash frozen. We actually have ancient evidence of this in the form of Plato's dialogues, where he talks about the last days of Atlantis. That basically is informing us that Atlantis was an extraterrestrial colony that had established itself on Earth, and that after a pole shift, Atlantis was moved under the ice where the South Pole currently is.
As more and more pieces of the puzzle start to come together, might we soon be able to solve the mystery of the Antarctic continent? And if so, just what might we discover?
Modern whistleblowers still argue that there is more about Antarctica that is being covered up than we think. There are entire bases down there, entire civilizations, that the world's governments are working with aliens.
They know about the buried artifacts, they know about the ancient civilizations down there, and they know about the extraterrestrial civilizations that continue to operate in Antarctica at the very moment.
It's totally possible that Antarctica contains an extraterrestrial home base on Earth. It's a totally isolated part of the planet. It's completely uninhabited, or was until recently. It's ideal.
Yeah, never mind. I'm not going there. Seems expensive.
I should have taken Rose as my partner. You know what? Matter of fact, Rose, get in here.
Oh my God.
What do you mean?
Bye.
This ain't
Get
fair.
out. Adios. Don't come back, please and thank you.
Well, hi. Hey, I'm here. Well, guys, this is all for this episode. Thank you for watching, and I'm sorry for making you deal with these things called Dylann. I don't even know. And we'll see you guys to the next episode. Bye.